frog fans. Did I close the door? Okay, I did. Good. Just leave the door open, you know, let the rabbit out, let the burglars in, let the cold air in. It's fine. No brain. Okay, anyways, while I mix up some paint here. Whee! It stopped. Alright. Anyways. Hello, frog fans. Did I say that already? I don't know. No brain. Brain has left. The brain has left the building. And by building, I mean my head. Oh, there's questions on if it was ever there to begin with. Anyway, so I've got some what I call periwinkle mottling here. And we're gonna try that out on this doll here. Great big toddler kit I'm working on. See if it's dark enough, because I just mixed this one this afternoon. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's not really doing anything. Okay, time to mix some paint then. Okay. Whee! Actually, mixing paint takes forever, so we're just gonna leave that one for later, and then I'll start with red. Okay. So, yeah, just normal painting video. Me losing my mind. Losing my mind and hopefully making a doll or two. So, status quo. This is such a tiny brush, why did I even pick this? Okay, well, I also pulled up some Q&A questions again, because, like, usually on a normal week I can find, like, something somewhat interesting to talk about. But that's been getting harder and harder over the past year or so with quarantine and all that, because, like, literally nothing is happening. Like, the most exciting thing that happened to me last week was I don't know. Nothing. That's the most exciting thing that happened to me last week was diddly squat. Bubkiss. Nada. But, you know, I feel like a lot of people probably feel that way, so, you know, I'm gonna pull up some Q&A questions, and hopefully that'll give me something to talk about, because I always keep forgetting to try and compile footage of me painting to do longer silent painting videos, so, you know, we're just going to do this. Come on. Who's your hero? Why do these always, like, I just want, you know, like, friendly little cutesy stuff, and it's always, like, deep. This is, like, grave robber deep. Oh, no, that was, the last Q&A thing that I did. I forget what the questions were, but it got pretty deep. Like, childhood trauma and crap like that. Who's your hero? I feel like I should probably say, like, one of my family members. I don't know. Is it okay to not have one? Probably my mom? I don't know. That's too deep. Next question. Where's the what's your favorite animal crap? Like, where's that? You don't have to try hard to guess what my favorite animal is. I mean, it's in the business channel name. It's also on this desk. And everywhere else in the room. We have a live one underneath the desk. Well, not underneath the desk. It's in a cage. My frog is in a tank, okay? He's well taken care of. It's like under the desk. It just makes it sound like I just, you know, left him there to die. He's well taken care of. And he hates it. Every time I, you know, do something to take care of him, I see this frog, this fat little frog, maybe twice a week, because the rest of the time it's just hiding. And every time I unearth it to give it food, or to make sure it's getting water, it's like, it tries to bite me, and it squawks at me, and it just gives me this absolute look of loathing, like, would you leave me alone? He looks like a little old man, like, get off my lawn! Get off my lawn! I don't have a lawn, because I live in dirt! Get out of my dirt! You've already answered that one, if you could live anywhere. What makes you really angry? Netflix canceled Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That makes me really angry. Netflix, if you peeve me, man. You got something not right up in there, Netflix, man. Someone green lighting your shows is on crack, man. I'm just saying. Okay, anyways, let's be realistic here. What makes you really angry? Like, what level of angry? Like, I feel like a good in-between one, like, not trivial, but, like, not, like, a good in-between what makes me angry, like, a real pet peeve of mine is, like, bus etiquette, city bus etiquette, like, in the town I used to live in, it was freaking terrible. And, like, there's not really, like, you know, like, there's certain things, like, kindness things you should follow, or at least I think you should follow when you're on a city bus. Like, you know, if a pregnant woman gets on, or a woman, or a man, like, anyone with a small child, be it in a stroller or whatever, if someone with a small child gets on the bus, you give up your seat for them. If you're, like, you know, just a normal person that doesn't have anything wrong with you. But, you know, I saw it all the time back in the place I used to live in. Like, this woman would get on the bus with a little baby in a stroller. I don't know what happened to my voice there. And, like, there'd be just ordinary people with, you know, completely functioning legs sitting in the accessible seating area, and they wouldn't move. And, you know, this woman would be blocking the aisle, and, you know, then she'd get yelled at for that, and, like, what is she supposed to do? Like, I've seen women, like, struggle to get everything out of the stroller, because often, you know, when you're a mom, when you're a parent, you gotta carry a bunch of stuff around for the baby, and often that's just thrown into the bottom of the stroller. So, you know, I've seen them have to struggle with all of that stuff, and then struggle to, you know, God forbid the baby is of the age where it can't support itself, because then you've got to struggle to hold the baby on a moving bus and collapse the stroller. And then you have to try and find a place to put all this crap while holding on to the collapsed stroller and your child. Like, it's not realistic. And, you know, it's all about, and you know, like, when you talk to these people who are sitting in the accessible seating that don't want to give it up for a woman with a stroller, they're like, well, it's not on the rules online for Grand River Transit. And it's like, well, no, it's not, but it's bloody human decency. Like, just because you shouldn't have to go and check the official guidelines on the transit website to tell you that if you are not disabled, you should give your seat up to the woman with that stroller, because, like, she has to go through all of this hardship, and it would be so simple for you to just move for her. It's just, it's petty, it's childish, and it's entitled. Like, it's just stupid. You know, like, obviously, if, you know, if there happens to be two strollers on the bus and someone with a wheelchair gets on, then, you know, yeah, it's a pain in the butt, and it's difficult for a woman with a stroller to, you know, collapse it and do all that rigmarole. But, you know, in that case, then yeah, the woman with the stroller shouldn't be in the accessible seating, because the person with the wheelchair has even less of a choice. But, like, I mean, like, am I insane? Like, this has to make sense to people, right? Maybe it does make me really angry and not just, like, moderately angry. I almost said modative. What's modative? I'm creating words again. It's always so hard to know what to do in those situations, though, when you're watching these, like, it happens so many times. Like, you know, I was on the city bus every day, twice a day, you know, to get back and forth from high school. And I saw so many problems with this all the time. And it's not just, you know, women with strollers is one of the things, but it's also, you know, it's also pregnant women. That one I saw less of. Although, there's probably, you know, not as many pregnant women riding the bus. But, you know, like, it was also people... Sorry. There we go. It was also people with, like, crutches, and people with... This was less common, but people with, walkers. Older people with walkers. And that one is actually in the guidelines, but... It's just, like, just be a decent person. Is it that hard? I don't know, apparently it is. I don't know, I'm just a person who thinks, you know, it should be a common thing to, you know, if you see a person struggling and you can do something that doesn't, you know, doesn't really affect you at all, you know, doesn't majorly disrupt your day, doesn't take anything major away from you, like moving your, you know what, to a different seat, like not even 3 feet away, you should be able to do that so another person doesn't have to struggle. You know, just sitting there with your head down, your head in your cell phone, pretending that you don't know that this person is struggling because you won't move your ASS. I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one. Oh wow, it's that late already? 6:15. It will not be 6:15 when this video goes up. What motivates you to work hard? Geez, depends on what's the working part, like, what motivates you to work hard on, you know, painting dolls. Well, that's just you know, passion is what motivates me to do art stuff. But if you say, like, what motivates you to work hard on, like say, actually, you know, actually working a normal person 9-to-5 job, honest to God, money. It's terrible, but it's true. Money and getting somewhere in life. I mean, they say that, you know, you should have a job for more than just money, but it's like, when I look down to it, what was the only thing keeping me from quitting when I had an actual, you know, like an actual job, not just painting dolls. It was like, what kept me from quitting? The money. If it weren't for the money, I wouldn't have gone every day. And you spout all this bull crap about, why do you want this job? It's like, oh, I want the experience and I want to learn how to work in a team. It's all BS. Nobody actually means that answer, and I think everyone knows that, but we still say it. It's a society that runs on lies. What motivates you to work hard on, stuff that we all hate, like laundry and all that, and, it's what motivates me is, the outcome of what happens if I don't do it. Like, I got no clean clothes to wear, and the rabbit's gonna eat all of my clothes, because if I leave them to pile up outside of the laundry hamper, she can get to them, and she eats them. I've lost a couple of shirts that way, which I have now cannibalized and made into other things. Cannibalized isn't the right word, because that would mean that I'm also a shirt. I don't think so. I don't have tags. That's one of the big problems I have is, being motivated to do something that I'm not passionate about, and all the things I'm passionate about get you nowhere in life. Is 21 too... Oh man, I just spat on the doll. Gross. What was I saying? Oh yeah, is 21 too early to be having a existential crisis? I feel like my whole life has been, like, my life after 13 has been one huge existential crisis. Maybe that's just normal, I don't know. No, because if it were normal, I'd have a bloody job by now! Like, a job that doesn't make me want to pitch myself off a parking structure. I don't know why. That was the first tall thing to jump off of that came to mind. Any tall building will do. On that note, please buy my dolls. Sad. I mean, it's a good thing I didn't have any, like, really terrible bullies at that high school, because I fit in the lockers. If you wanted to shove me in one of those lockers, you could. Actually, it's funny, I never got shoved in a locker by a bully, but my friends did. My friends didn't get shoved in a locker by a bully. They shoved me in a locker. And put the lock on it. Only for like a minute. It was to prank a friend. I mean, when you got friends, who needs enemies, right? No, it was all fun and games. that was a major test for my trust issues, because there was a small part of me going, what if they lied and they just, slammed the lock on and run away? Although by that point I knew them a little bit better than to think that they would actually do that. Like, I know it's a huge joke for, those stereotypical, 90s high school movies for some dorky kid to get shoved in a locker. Has that ever actually happened to somebody? Has anyone ever actually been shoved in a locker, had the lock put on, and then they're just, stuck in the locker, just like, help me! Let me out! At least in my high school, I feel like you wouldn't be in there very long. Well, unless you were in the basement. If you were in the basement, you might actually have a chance of really getting stuck in there if someone wanted you to. But, on any normal floor, if you get stuck in a locker, I feel like, somebody of decency is going to hear you calling, let me out! Then you get the guy with the big bolt cutters to come and cut you loose. Had to get that guy with the big bolt cutters to come and cut my locker open once because I knew the combination. I had been using it for the past 2 years. I guess the lock just got stuck or something because it would not open. And I went to the main office and I was like, okay, this is embarrassing, but I cannot get my locker open. I've had the same combination and the same lock for the past 2 years, but it's not working. I was positive that I had the combination right because I had been using it for so long, and the person at the desk asked me if I had the right locker, and I just looked at them like, what? And then they yelled at me for giving them attitude, and I'm like, sorry, but, does that not seem like a dumb question? Yeah, I have the right locker. And then they told me that, they'd open my locker tomorrow, and I'm like, dude, I can't go home, my coat is in my locker, and it's -30. I'm wearing a t-shirt. Okay, well. Hey, Bunny. Hi, cute stuff. Boop. Aw, look at that loaf. Hey, you can't sleep. You can't sleep. You don't let me sleep, I'm not gonna let you sleep. You sleep when I sleep. Okay, that's all for now, frog fans. Keep living the frogling's life, and, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.